What's up, guys? We are back. We're back. I'm Amanda Sapp here on Amazing 102.5 FM, your do good through good station where we're changing lives one listener at a time. I have the opportunity to have the co-founder and founder of My Mind, My Mental Wellness app, Dr. Glenda Demas, who is goal-oriented. She's focused and she's intentional. And I have Christian Lewis, who is ambitious. He's a visionary and he is a go-getter. And they are here in studio with us today. Welcome. Great morning.
Great morning.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
We're so glad to have both of you here in studio with us today. And you're talking about your mental wellness app entitled My Mind, My Mental Wellness app. And we've been talking about the process and how people can connect to it, what happens when they do it. We were just about to talk about the user experience. So can you explain to us a little bit about how it actually works? Who is it for? And what do people get when they connect to this app?
Before we do that,
Yeah,
I want to coach you guys into going through, listeners, and downloading the app.
okay.
It's on Apple, iOS, and Google Play.
Mhm.
Google Play. So make sure you download My Mind, My Mental, all wise. My Mind, My Mental. And I'm going to let Christian kind of delve in and share your
The user experience,
yes, the
how they
user
connect,
experience.
and what do they get from it?
Absolutely.
So, what our clients can get from the usage of My Mind, My Mental is a wellness community that is breaking the stigma surrounding mental health, because mental health is actually, it's flown under the radar for a very long time due to ego, I guess you could put to it. But we're starting to realize that our brain is the most powerful tool in our body. And we're catering that experience to daily mood trackers. We're catering their experience to a community support, to where if you aren't comfortable at the moment sitting down one-on-one with a therapist, we're going to virtually have our therapist do events like maybe like Pilates or hot yoga, while we have a special guest speaker that's speaking to the therapist in a relaxing setting that's getting them through mental health and talking on mental health. Whereas if you're not comfortable sitting down one-on-one with a therapist, you can join this live session that is going to have hundreds of people that are not in the same position, but
Shared experience.
a shared
right?
experience.
Yeah.
And you could come, you could feel at home, and then whenever you're ready, or if you don't have to be ready to sit down or even want to sit down with a therapist, we're going to have a community event to where you're getting the same level of care in a community setting, where it's just you and your phone and your experience. So we're tracking daily moods to see how the person is doing, because like Dr. Glenda said, your therapist isn't going to be with you every day, but we want to be with you every day.
There you go. Yes,
So
we do.
So we want to track that data. We want to make sure that you're bettering yourself. Your therapist is helping you get to that level. So we're pretty much making this personal. We have electronic journals to where you could track your experience from that community support event or from the you sitting down with your therapist. So this is pretty much catered to the client. We want to break that stigma around surrounding mental health, and we want every single client getting better every day.
And one of the things Christian didn't share is the algorithm that was generated is attached to resource reinforcement videos that were created by
Absolutely.
me. And I'm speaking about anxiety, depression, and the severity of it. And depending upon where you fall that specific day, I am giving you a reminder that you can do this. And sometimes that's what an individual needs, is to know that they're not alone. You can do it. This is a moment. We can push through it, and together we can. And that's what our algorithm was created to do, was to provide that data. And in addition, provide the users with positive reinforcement videos on a daily basis to help boost their mood.
How do you ensure security? You mentioned about some area in the app where you can like put notes or journal.
Mhm.
How do I, as a user, ensure that these notes don't go past what I'm writing to myself?
That's a great question, and thank you for asking that. So basically, your journal is only accessible by you. And when you open your journal, it's downloadable wherever you want to download it to. So if you want to have it at, on your desktop, or you want to have it just inside of your app, the only person that has access to it is yourself. No one, your therapist can't see it. I can't see it as the founder, the co-founder can't see it. No one has access to your personal thoughts.
Christian, who is this app for?
This app is for my mother, but
no, well, I mean,
no, I know that. I was being funny, but this app is for the community. Like I said, we're breaking the mental health stigma surrounding.
What community? What age range? Is this for kids? Can parents have their kids group sessions?
Absolutely.
But we want to break the stigma for young adults as well, because we were just talking about the stat and break how ages around 12 to older teens around my age, 22, are suffering at the greatest heights of mental health ever.
Can I read what
yes.
stat I found?
Mm-hmm.
I saw here, and this is from rtor.org. And it says Black and Latino children were about 14% less likely than white youth to receive treatment for their depression. I also have here approximately 50% to 75% of youth in the juvenile justice system meet the criteria for a mental health disorder. When you hear something like that, what does that make you think?
It brings me back to the time that I was speaking on in Missouri, a lot of solitude time to get to grow by myself and not really have outside pressure. I mean, obviously there's outside pressures, but I can control that outside pressure. I could go home or go in my room and sit and meditate on how I process those thoughts. Younger kids and younger adults really don't get the time to actually do that, or get the knowledge to be able to know that you can do that. And I feel like young Black men have a lot of societal pressures to where being vulnerable with yourself isn't something that we were taught at a young age, really. Men don't cry, push through, left, right. Always bring your best. So mental health is something that I already understand, that younger kids with social media pressures and seeing that somebody's best through pictures and reoccurring through life could make you feel like on your day-to-day you're not doing anything. And I know that from the age range that we've just stated, that's when people are getting into social media. That's when you could see what your life can go or where it isn't. So I know that's adding way more stress to young adults than at a greater height. And that could lead to incarceration, doing things that you would normally do from seeing other people their best day on social media. So I would definitely say that we're definitely targeting the demographic of teens and young adults, because this is an app. This is something that you can download. This is a technology generation. So this is something that will be accessible for people our age, people my age. And I feel like there will be a great benefit from this.
How long has this app been in existence?
Literally, we just launched August 1st. So now we're on.
Great. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. And you guys, Amanda, are our first, I would say, press.
Wonderful.
Or,
Absolutely.
Awesome. You heard it first on Amazing.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So we're super excited. But to piggyback on the question that you asked Christian about what those numbers identified for me as a clinician, those numbers identified to me that there's not enough easily accessible mental health support that's available, that's offered, that individuals feel comfortable having and using. No, everyone doesn't want to walk in a therapist's office, but everyone has their hands at their their phone at their fingertips. So the developing of the app was a no-brainer when presented to me by Christian. That's why he said I developed it for my mom. But when presented to me, it was a no-brainer, because if we look at today we're moving in the direction of AI, artificial intelligence. So how about we make sure that we create something that is supporting our mental health, that is attached to technology and AI. And it's a little bit more than just, as we stated, just signing up with a therapist and having a session and then moving along. The community feel, it's what's really going to make users and individuals feel supported and feel like they're really actually supporting their mental health.
And someone has their back.
And someone has their back. Absolutely.
Let me sum up what I have here with MyMyndMyMental app. It's a virtual mental health wellness community designed to provide individual users and corporations access to top mental health clinicians, resources, and a way to track their mood daily with the use of an algorithm designed as a reminder that together we can. You all's vision is to introduce a more personalized approach to online therapy. Your desire is not to be viewed as a booking application, but instead create a community with your clients focused on consistent access to mental health care resources. You all provide anytime therapy on this app. You all provide the community support platform, and you have customized objectives for each person that decides to log on. Really appreciate what you guys are doing here to spread the word and awareness about mental health, and then also the resources that are and can be available to anyone. We do have to wrap this interview up.
Absolutely.
And we'd like to leave fans, followers, listeners, and supporters with something inspiring, something empowering, something they could take with them the rest of the day, the rest of the weekend, all the way up to the weekend. I'll start with you, Christian Lewis. What do you want to leave us with today?
I want to leave our users with the confidence that it doesn't matter what you're going today. If you allow your mind to succumb to everyday pressures, you're not going to operate at your best. Whereas if you just changed 1% a day, how could you change something 1% a day and grow from that? You'll have a greater probability of bettering yourself, bettering your mind, and reaching your potential that you want to get to.
It's a great message to leave people who are just starting school. Yes.
Yeah,
a lot of people
absolutely.
Day, so
this week.
It's a great message. Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
And how do we find you?
At C Christian Lewis on Instagram, and same for Twitter, same for Facebook. So Christian Lewis with 2 C's. Like
Dr. Glenda Demas.
Yes.
Leave us with something inspiring, something empowering, something we could take with us the rest of the day, the rest of the week, and all the way up to the weekend.
Yes. I want to personally remind every listener that you are not alone. Many of us struggle in silence with attempting to support our mental health, battle day-to-day challenges, and, whether it's parents pushing their kids back to school this week, whether it's the kids adjusting to a new grade level, whether it's the fears of failure, fear of success, whatever your fears are, you are not alone. And remember, where your mind goes, your body follows. I want you all to remember, it's my mind, my mental, but together we can.
How do we find you?
You can find me at MyMyndMyMental on Instagram. You can find me at MyMyndMyMental on Twitter, on Facebook. You can also find me personally on Instagram at the Glenda Demas, and same for Facebook, same for Twitter.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for being our guest today here today on the Amanda Sapp Morning Show. Really appreciate you. And thank you for sharing the MyMyndMyMental wellness app information.
We're excited. Remember, download MyMyndMyMental, all wise.
Hey guys, look, stay tapped in, stay tuned in, stay amazing. We'll be right back.